Hello everyone, how are you doing? I hope that you are doing so very well. Today I'm here with a tag video. I have not done a tag in months. I'm so excited to do this tag. And this video is being sponsored by Harlequintine to promote the release of Something in Between by Melissa de la Cruz. Whenever they reached out to me about this tag, I was just like, this is the most perfect tag for me in the entire world. Fairy tales and YA contemporaries. What is more me than that? Something in Between is about a girl named Jasmine whose family immigrated from the Philippines when she was very young. She's a cheerleader and just strives to be academically excellent in everything she does. Sounds a lot like my high school experience. Holla at you, girl. Jasmine gets this amazing, incredible scholarship opportunity, and when she goes to tell her parents about it, they admit that they are actually in the country illegally. Their work visas expired a long time ago and they do not have green cards, and she can't accept the scholarship and she doesn't really know what college looks like for her anymore. In the middle of all of this, she meets a really cute boy and there may be some romance things happening. One thing that's not the synopsis, but I do want to say about this book, is that all of the main characters are people of color, which is so awesome. This is such a unique and incredible story and very good for our country in this moment in time. It's in stores now, so you can go check it out. Something in Between, Melissa de la Cruz. Remember it, get it, love it. And obviously I've already read this, so I will be talking more about it in my wrap up, so you can stay tuned for that. And without further ado, let's jump into the questions. Fairy godmother, a contemporary trope where a motherly or fatherly figure guides a misguided protagonist. For this one, I have got Everything by Nicola Yoon. In this book, Madeline is confined to her room because she has this disease where if she goes outside, she's basically allergic to everything and she's gonna die. But in this book, her nurse Carla is really like her fairy godmother. She gives her advice, she sets up meetings with a boy for her, and she just helps her try to be a normal girl even though she's not living a normal life. Setting up stuff with the guy, fairy godmother. Prince Charming, a contemporary character who takes on a heroic quest or act for his or her love interest. Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. You know I worked in Morgan Matson as much as humanly possible. In this book, Emily is trying to complete a list that Sloane left for her and try to figure out who she is in the process, and Frank valiantly steps up to help her complete that list. And it's super adorable and I love him for it. Forbidden Fruit, the contemporary trope of giving in to temptation. I've got to admit this one was really hard to think of, and I had Zoe from Read by Zoe help me with 2 questions because I just could not figure them out, and she helped me see that Just One Day by Gail Foreman is the perfect example of this. Allison is like picture perfect girl, she's never done anything wrong, but she really gives into the temptation of going away with Willem and having that day with him when she's never ever done anything like that. She just gives in. When the Clock Strikes Midnight, a contemporary trope where the characters fear an impending moment. For this one, I have got Second Chance Summer by Morgan Matson. Taylor and her family go back to the lake house for one more summer with her dad, who has stage 4 cancer, and they all know his life is coming to an end and they are just fearing that and fearing what's gonna happen after he passes, and it's a huge part of this book. The Big Bad Wolf, an antagonist so powerful that the hero feels helpless against it, her, him. Amy and Roger's Epic Detour by Morgan Matson. The whole book, Amy is dealing with the fact that her dad has died and the grief that she has not really come to terms with, and it feels like the grief is just following her around, getting ready to pounce because she hasn't taken that time to mourn properly. The Power Within, a contemporary example of unexpected power from a character who imagines themselves to be ordinary. This one's kind of a stretch, but we're gonna go with it, and that's Rebel Belle by Rachel Hawkins. This is like on the line of contemporary and fantasy. There's a lot of fantasy elements, but it does take place in a contemporary world, so we're going with it. Harper is an ordinary girl. She's Miss Perfect in her world, but she gets this power thrust upon her, and she spends this book kind of figuring out what that means, what that power actually is, and what it means for her future. The Grand Ball, a contemporary trope wherein a character faces a major moment of fitting in. For this one, I've got This Song Will Save Your Life by Leela Sales. The first part of this book has the main character, Elise, really trying to fit in and failing, but then she finds the underground DJ scene and starts learning how to DJ and is working towards DJing a show herself, which would be her fitting in moment. Fairest of Them All, a contemporary pressure for outer beauty that challenges the importance of inner beauty. For this one, I've got The Duff by Cody Keplinger. This is about a girl named Bianca and her journey after someone calls her a duff, aka a designated ugly fat friend. So obviously we've got her dealing with the pressures for outer beauty and being the most beautiful of them all, and finding out that's not all it's cracked up to be. It really is about what's on the inside that counts. The Evil Stepmother, a contemporary character who invokes anger or resentment for stepping into another's role. The Last Song by Nicholas Sparks. In this book, Ronnie and her brother go to live with their dad, who has not really been their dad for a lot of years. So he's not really stepping into another person's role, but he's stepping back into his role as father, which makes Ronnie angry and have a lot of anger issues throughout the book, and anger towards her dad because he's trying to be a dad sad when he hasn't been there. Happily ever after, the contemporary belief in finding happiness at the end, even when the road to get there had its struggles. For this one, I've got to go with Something in Between by Melissa de la Cruz. It all comes full circle for the last question. In this book, Jasmine is facing this huge revelation of being in the United States illegally and what that means for her, and there's just a lot of twists and turns along the way, but she really truly believes that it's gonna turn out okay no matter what. And it's really beautiful to see. Now it's time to tag some people. I'm gonna tag Zoe from Read by Zoe since she helped me out a lot with this, and Natasha from Tashopolis because she loves Once Upon a Time in Fairy Tales, and I think that she would like this tag. If you like this video, go ahead and like it, give it a little thumbs up there. And if you're new here, welcome. You can subscribe for videos every Tuesday. I've been good the last 3 weeks. Who knows how long that'll last, but we'll see. If you subscribe, you'll definitely see. And as always, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye. No. Sorry that I'm reading off my phone. These are really long questions. There's pictures of Christine and I in here. I just found these. What a time to be alive.